Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of your social emotional learning class this week. You'll be working to earn your 5 stars. Let's view this anticipatory set to find out what we will be talking about in today's video.
Oh, you won't believe the day I've had. It was so terrible. Casey, who's supposed to be my best friend, promised me that we'd go to the mall after school. Later, she texted me that she couldn't go, so I went with Nicole, my almost best friend, instead. But then, at the mall, just next to the food court, you won't believe who I saw. That's right, Casey. And she was with Nathan, her new boyfriend. Ugh, I hate her. I'm so lucky I have you. You're such a good listener. Now that you're in your teens, you may feel like you want to spend less time with your family and more time with your friends. During this time, some of your friendships may deepen, while others might fade away. And some of your friendships may even become romantic. Being in a healthy relationship, whether a friendship or a romantic relationship, can be fun, but it can also be complicated. So here are some rules to follow to make sure your friendships are healthy. In a healthy relationship, each person supports and encourages the other. Real friends want to know what you're thinking and feeling, and they'll be interested in what you have to say. It's okay to have disagreements, even in a healthy relationship, but it's important to do so respectfully and talk openly about it with each other. Sometimes in a relationship, you'll need to compromise. But in a healthy relationship, the same person should not be the one who always compromises. It's important for both people to give and take. Finally, it's important to treat your relationships with care. And if a friend or romantic partner makes you feel small, teases you, or physically or sexually pushes you into doing things that you don't really want to do, then this might not be a healthy relationship for you. Remember, a healthy relationship, whether just a friendship or a romantic relationship, should make you feel good about yourself and who you are. After all, you are pretty great. Okay, so enough about me. How was your day? Till next time, don't forget to visit me at Amazing.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that video and I hope you guys gained some knowledge about what our lesson will be about today. So let's look at the steps to testing an idea. First, listen to the question, then make a prediction, analyze the information, and check your prediction to make a conclusion. So based on the anticipatory set, what do you predict we will learn about today? Vultures, friendship, or worried? We will be learning about friendship again today. Good job. Although, fun fact, vultures are one of Miss Anna's favorite birds, so one day maybe we can learn about that, but not today. Friendship for today. Great job, you guys have earned 1 star. Okay, here's the steps for synthesizing knowledge. First, listen to the teacher. Second, listen to the whole lesson. Third, think about the information now. Fourth, think about the information later. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to answer the following essential questions. How do I make friends? What do I do if someone is not being a good friend? Here are some vocabulary terms that will be very important for us to understand. First is boundaries. Boundaries are the limits that we set with other people of what is acceptable or is not okay in their behavior towards us. So it's what we allow or how we allow for them to treat us. What we say is okay and what is not okay, where we need to draw a line. That is boundaries. Compromise. Compromise is coming to an agreement. You guys have learned a lot about this word in social studies class. It also applies to friendship. We sometimes have to compromise in a friendship or meet in the middle. But it shouldn't always be one person who compromises. It should be a little bit of both. First, we're going to talk about making friends. So how do you make friends? Let's watch Kid President. I bet he can help us out.
Here's the thing. The world needs more friends. Did you hear me?
Look cool with a pen. Yes!
I made a list of special tips to make new friends.
If I can't see you, you can't see me.
You might not know what to say, but get awkward with it. Yeah, get awkward with it, people.
Do the awkward dance.
I'm gonna take this list, go out in the world, and make new friends. Gotta step up my friend game.
What's your name?
Donna.
Cool. My name's Robbie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How old are you?
14.
Cool. I'm 12. I'm just saying stuff. I'm just saying a question and you say yeah. You're older than me. What advice do you have for me for growing up?
I think you should just be yourself and don't listen to people who don't accept you for who you are.
Yes. That's perfect. How do you think kids and grown-ups can work together to change the world?
They can work together pretty easily if grown-ups accept that kids can make good decisions and they should be taken seriously.
Why are you wearing a scarf on your head?
It's because I'm Muslim and my religion tells me to, but it was also my choice. I have a religion and it's what I follow, but it's not all of me.
Do you ever think you're different because you're Muslim?
Yeah, recently I do feel like I'm a little different than everybody because I'm Muslim, because I recently started wearing the scarf and the hijab, and so that kind of made me stand out a little bit more, but it's not always a bad thing. I like being different. Do you ever feel different?
Yeah, for sure. Several things. Osteogenesis imperfecta in general. OI, it causes dwarfism, so everyone's like a little bit taller than me. When we played like a sport like dodgeball in school, I was always the last one to get picked on the team because I was always in and out of a wheelchair. Most of the time I was in a wheelchair playing dodgeball. It was fun, but I was always the last one to get picked, so that made me feel a little bit different. So I'm not a Muslim, but does that mean we can't be friends still?
No, of course it doesn't. I have tons of friends that aren't Muslim. My religion doesn't define whether we can be friends or not. And a lot of my Muslim friends, we're friends not because we are Muslim, just because we're friends, you know?
Yeah. Finish the sentence. The world would be more awesome
If everybody learned to accept each other, even if they're different from each other.
But the pitchers that do pitch on our team. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So it's time to make some new friends. Quit the judging and get to talking, because awkward is the new awesome. Yeah, quote me on that. So who can you make friends with today? More friends in the world means more dance. Get awkward with it, people.
So pancake.
Isn't Kid President awesome? I love how he just laid out some great ways to make friends and some great strategies and questions to ask. Okay, so we are going to make a newspaper ad advertising for you to make a true friend. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can either use the slides that I have in here for you, or you can also have your teacher print out the writing prompt for you to create your own poster of your newspaper ad. Here is that link, teachers, that I was just talking about. If you click on that, it'll give you a quick printable version of what we're about to do in these slides. Okay, here we have What qualities are you looking for in a friendship? So there's no right or wrong answers here. Just pick 2 or 3 of the most important qualities for you in a friendship. What would you like your friend to have or to be able to do? Would you like for your friend to be helpful, honest, kind, a good listener, trustworthy, sweet? What are the top 2 or 3 qualities that you are looking for? Maybe you want a little bit of all of them. What can you expect? What can they expect from you in a friendship? So, what are some of your strongest qualities in a friendship? You can pick 2 or 3 of these that you feel like you are best at or have the strongest qualities in. Do you find yourself very helpful in a friendship? Are you extremely honest? Are you very, very kind? Are you a good listener? Are you trustworthy? Are you sweet? What are some of the qualities that best suit you? All right, fantastic job, you guys, making your newspaper ad. I hope you were able to complete that activity, and you can hang it up in the room, and who knows, maybe you'll figure out who your best friend in the class will be this year. Are you being a good friend? So we're going to take this next section of our lesson to look at ourselves, check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, and figure out, are we being a good friend? Hard to have good friends when you're not a good friend yourself. Let's watch this video to see some qualities that maybe are a sign you are not being a good friend, or some reasons that people may dislike you.
Hi everyone! Before we start this video, we wanted to give all of you a big thank you. Psych2Go's vision is to make psychology more accessible to everyone. Today's topic is on 6 habits that may make people dislike you. Whether you like it or not, there are things that you do that make people dislike you. Have you ever walked into a room and there was a know-it-all in the vicinity? You can whip up a conversation on any topic and that person would act like an expert. Before you can even gather your emotions and thoughts, you already dislike the person. On the other hand, you might be that person that has something to say about everything. The problem is that we aren't always aware of the things that we do that make people dislike us. See if you can spot your behavior on the list we provided in this video. Psych2Go presents to you 6 habits that make people dislike you. 1. Acting too nice. It makes perfect sense that people will like you more when you are extremely kind and nice, right? Sorry to burst your bubble, but not really. Science has proven otherwise. According to a 2010 study by researchers at Washington State University and the Desert Research Institute, people tend to avoid working with people who appear to be too altruistic and unselfish. But why? Turns out, participants in the study said that the unselfish teammate made them look bad, while others suspected they had ulterior motives. 2. Asking too many questions. When you lead a conversation, asking questions to steer the topic is good. It tells the other person that you are interested in them. You need to be careful not to ask too many, though. If you don't reciprocate and also tell them about your own experiences, this can come off as an interrogation. You need to balance the conversation and spill the beans from time to time. The Journal of Experimental Social Psychology found that people start to dislike you when you are the only one asking questions. This could be in direct communication or through written communication like emails. 3. Dropping a personal bomb. Being honest is one of the most important things you can do in an interview or when you go out on a
Thanks for watching that video with me, you guys. So here are some ways that you can be more friendly if you felt like some of the things in the video maybe apply to you. And that's okay. Those are all things that we can work on. So you can click this link with your teacher or your class to see some of the other examples, but I'll go over a couple. So one is smile more. So you don't have to give every person you see a huge grin to be friendlier. However, making a goal to smile at least 30% more on a daily basis, whether you're smiling at people you know, strangers, or acquaintances who cross your path, smiling will make you look a lot more approachable. And second, have an open body language. For example, keep your legs together instead of crossed. Have good posture instead of slouching. Keep your arms at your sides instead of crossing them. Lean forward toward other people. If you want people to feel like you're approachable and open to talking to them, then you have to master open body language. So what would you do if you saw somebody without a lunch at school? Would you laugh at them? Or would you share some of your lunch? Which one do you think would be an example of being a good friend? Hopefully you would share your lunch with them and not laugh. That would be the nice thing to do and something a good friend would do. What would you do if you saw somebody playing all by themselves in gym class? Would you ask if they would like to join you? Or would you tease and make fun of them? Hopefully you would be a good friend and ask if they would like to join you. That's the nice thing to do. What would you do if somebody from your class was being picked on or bullied? Would you join in and make fun of them too? Or would you stand up for them? Hopefully you would stand up for them. That would be the nice thing to do and something a good friend would do. So what makes a good friend? Let's take the 5-finger friendship challenge. Let me see your 5 fingers. Okay. The pinky, that is, tell the truth. Do you tell the truth in your friendships? The ring finger is keep promises. If you say you'll do something, you should hold to that promise and do that. Do you keep promises in your friendships? Third is show gratitude. Say thank you. Be thankful to have such a great friend, and let your friend know how thankful you are for them. Do you show gratitude in your friendships? Step 4 is be kind. Be a nice person. Smile. Say nice things. Do nice things for your friends. Do you do nice things for your friends? Are you kind to them? And your thumb is take turns and share. Do you take turns playing games? Do you share things with your friends? I hope you pass the Finger Friendship Challenge. Amazing job, you guys have earned 3 stars. Good work. Now we're going to talk a bit about friendship and boundaries.
My favorite platform is usually
Instagram.
Probably Snapchat and regular iMessage on iPhones.
We text a lot.
Texting, text message, text or group chat with my friends, group text messages,
Facebook Messenger.
They're always on it. I'm always with my friends.
but when I'm not with them, I'm always talking to them on social media.
I definitely say sometimes it's beneficial because you go home and you might have had an argument with your sibling or your mom and you just need to talk to your friend, or you might need help with homework or something.
Being able to always be just like a phone call or text message away from each other allows us to kind of establish a relationship that's closer.
Reaching out to the person right when you need them, so that you don't have to wait until you see them at school to talk to them. That definitely brings us closer.
Texting is like an easier alternative. Take out your phone and communicate with someone.
There are definitely things that maybe I wouldn't tell anyone in real life that I feel more comfortable telling them on social media or online, because it's not the same as saying it to someone's face as it is to text it.
I know that my friends, or not even just my friends, but my family or anybody I can talk to, I know that they are available to me.
I never really feel depressed or anything like that, just because there's always somebody to talk to and always somebody that's there for you. That's kind of a good thing about social media.
I could not imagine what it would be like if I couldn't contact them so quickly. Our lives are so integrated with social media and contacting other people that I don't think I could imagine not contacting them.
There can be an invasion of space and privacy over not just social media, but all forms of modern technology. We have each other's location 24/7.
Yes, there's been people that have contacted me for multiple times that have just been constant and annoying, that have just gone on my nerves.
If there's someone that is constantly reaching out to you and you don't want that person to be contacting you, that can be irritating and it's kind of a hassle.
Got my phone taken away from my friend texting me too much. I had to turn it off completely. I had to turn it off when I was in class because it just started making so much noise.
I've had a friend who's contacted me way too much, and one of the downsides is that I kind of avoid that friend in real life and at school, so they feel a little neglected, and it kind of hinders our friendship.
There's kind of a pressure that if one of us doesn't respond or keep texting, we're gonna not talk again.
I've had a friend contact me too much to the point where I've asked them to give me some boundaries and some space. I would usually tell them in a respectful manner.
Over text, you either just flat out say it or you kind of ghost them.
I used to have a friendship where we would text nonstop. We would get to the point where we get irritated with one another. That was nonstop, where you at, where you at, where you at, what are you doing, what are you doing, why are you not hanging out with me, why are you not that? It got to the point where leave me alone.
Sometimes we could be too much part of each other's lives, and it's not really good because we're kind of taken away from our own lives because we're constantly looking at theirs.
In the beginning, some people don't understand boundaries. I would have to constantly communicate to them that I have my boundaries, even through online, through social media. I don't find it as much as a problem because I've practiced it and I've learned to get better at it.
I do believe that technology leads to boundary issues. I feel like technology has created a sense of a really tight-knitted community, but in a way it's too tight.
I feel that when we have conversations online, it kind of takes away the magic from talking face to face.
It definitely can get a little overwhelming, and it makes it difficult to hold conversations in real life because you talk about everything over social media or through your phones. And then if we do talk about something, it's normally social media related, or we have to pull out our phones to talk about it, so you don't really get to be in the moment with your friend because you're on your phone.
Right, thanks guys for watching that video with me. They talked a lot about the boundaries that they have set in their friendships, especially as it relates to social media and their cell phones. So, one thing I want you guys to definitely take away from that video is it okay to ask for boundaries in a friendship? What do you guys think based on the video? Is it okay to ask for boundaries? Yes or no? Yes, it is definitely okay to ask for boundaries in a friendship. Now, do you think it's okay to end a friendship? Yes or no? Yes, it is okay to end a friendship if you feel like your boundaries are not being respected, if you feel like you are at risk of being hurt or pressured into doing something you don't want to do, if you feel like that friend is not being honest or trustworthy. There are several reasons why it is okay sometimes to end a friendship. So let's talk about, how do you end a friendship? If it has gotten to that point, what do you do? How can you end it? Let's find out.
Hi, I'm Faye Desmoichant, here with you from Social Skills to discuss the sticky topic of how to end a friendship. Ending a friendship is never easy. There are three general scenarios that can occur as you end a friendship. One is having a face-to-face verbal exchange where you, most likely in the midst of an angry situation or a fury, you tell the person that you don't want to be friends and you explain why you don't want to be friends. Another scenario might be just ending a friendship, stopping communicating with someone, and basically ending it without giving them any reason, which is one that I really don't suggest. The other is starting to kind of wind down a friendship, which is basically winding down the communication or slowing the communication down, slowing down the amount of time that you spend with the person, slowing down your contact with the person, which hopefully and eventually starts to wind down the friendship that you want to end. And that's probably the softest way to end a friendship. And those are three ways that you can do the really difficult task of ending a friendship.
All right, so she gave us 3 strategies to end a friendship, and she recommended one in particular. So here are the 3 ways that she said we could end a friendship. You could tell them you can't be friends with them anymore. It's usually going to be in the heat of the moment in an argument. You can just stop talking to them altogether. The kids are calling this ghosting. Or you can slowly distance yourself from them over time until that friendship just kind of fades. Okay, while all of these could be ways to end a friendship, what is the best choice? Well, it is to slowly distance yourself from them if you can. If it's not something where you feel immediately threatened, maybe if you just see that your values are not lining up over time, you can slowly distance yourself from them. Slowly cancel plans. Slowly choose to eat lunch with someone else, things of that nature. All right, awesome job. You guys have earned 4 stars. Just one more to go. Okay, let's do our diversity piece. So, listen to the lesson. How does it apply in the school, community, or in the world? All right, so we're going to watch this story of a teen who has had a challenging time in high school, and some other students became friends with him and made all the difference. And I really like this video because it's filmed really close to where I grew up. And he has a Clemson Tigers hat on.
Our series, A More Perfect Union, aims to show that what unites us as Americans is far greater than what divides us. When it comes to making friends, high school can be especially difficult. For some teenagers, the hardest part of the day can be lunchtime in the high school cafeteria. CBS This Morning Saturday co-host Dana Jacobson visited Boiling Springs High School in South Carolina to see how a simple question changed one student's life. Tell me about the first day of school this year.
I was sitting at lunch like I normally did, and like they came up to me and asked me to sit with them.
Who is they? Who came up to you?
The student council.
What did you think when they came up?
I was excited.
Excitement might not be the typical reaction for a high school student, but lunch has never been very social for sophomore Andrew Kirby.
Last year, what was lunch like?
I was sitting like alone.
A lot of times at lunch, I'll text Andrew.
Kay Kirby is Andrew's mom.
And I said, "Are you eating with anyone?" And he said, "No." And I sat at my desk at work and I just prayed. I said, "Lord, please send somebody to eat with him."
Making friends hasn't been easy for Andrew. He was born with a neurological disorder and has undergone several major surgeries.
You hear that he's sitting alone as a mom. How did that make you feel?
Oh, it broke my heart.
But that changed on the first day of school, when members of the student council noticed that Andrew was eating alone and invited him to join them.
We were sitting by ourselves. We wanted to go sit with someone, so we don't want someone to have to sit by themselves.
Everyone needs to have someone, and anyone can be a help with that.
It's very encouraging to know that there are teenagers out there that took their time.
Thank you.
They weren't being in their own clique. They weren't being selfish. They took their time to reach out to somebody that might be different. And you know, you never know what a child's going through. Maybe they've got a bad home life. Maybe they're depressed, you know, and there's a kid sitting by themselves and they notice that. The peace I have now at lunch, I don't feel like I need to text him and check on him.
What started as a small act of kindness has even gone beyond the cafeteria.
They went to the movies together a couple weeks ago, and he had never really been invited by other kids his age to go out and hang out as a 16-year-old.
What did that mean to you?
Like it made me feel special that someone would ask me to go.
A special gesture that would have a lasting impact.
Have you been eating lunch with them every day since?
Yeah.
You're not hearing from Andrew around lunch anymore.
No, he hadn't texted me since.
For CBS This Morning, Dana Jacobson, Boiling Springs, South Carolina.
Dana, that's great. So many things start in the school cafeteria.
They sure do.
All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed that story about how some students chose to be kind and be good friends, and it ended up starting a whole new friendship. All right, now let's review. So before we do that, here are the steps to critical thinking and problem solving. You need to listen to the question, listen to all the answer choices, think about your choices. Answer the question by choosing just one answer choice. Okay, what's one thing that I can do to be a good friend? Peer pressure your friend? Listen to your friend? Or ignore your friend? Listen. Yes, listening is a good way to be a great friend. When should I end a friendship? If I am pressured to do things I don't want to do, if my friend is hurting me, or in both of these situations, or either of them. Yeah, both of those situations call for ending a friendship. Remember those stop signs or red lights we talked about? Yeah, those are not good signs of a friendship. So how do I tell someone I don't want to be their friend anymore? Do you slowly distance yourself from them? Keep being friends even though they are mean? Or pack your bags and move away? The best choice is to slowly distance yourself from them. Unless you feel like they are hurting you or completely disrespecting you or pressuring you in any way, then you need to stop talking to them or tell them that you need to end the friendship and cease communication with them. You can also tell an adult in this situation. All right, amazing job. You guys have earned 5 stars. Yay! So don't forget to complete your Google Form activities. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.